our industry today, broken down into bite-sized pieces for you. As a Bitcoin holder, this affects you. First piece of news. Coinbase wants to identify Bitcoin users. If you've used Coinbase, they want to identify Bitcoin users for the DEA and IRS. So in other words, we now have public records that have surfaced that show the U.S. crypto exchange Coinbase wants to sell blockchain analytics software to the two federal agencies, the DEA and IRS. Okay, so what are the details? And how much money are they going to make? Well, the San Francisco-based firm Coinbase stands to make as much as $250,000 from the DEA for its identity attribution software. And again, we know this from public documents that have now surfaced. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase is looking to license its blockchain analytics software to two U.S. government agencies. According to public records, the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, and the Internal Revenue Service are planning to buy licenses from Coinbase for a cloud-based software called Coinbase Analytics. Okay, Coinbase is a U.S. exchange, but for the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, is this just for the U.S. or more? Well, according to the prospective DEA contract, Coinbase's software will provide identity attribution for crypto addresses both domestically and internationally. So I'm reading between the lines here, but what I'm hearing is if you've bought Bitcoin or anything on Coinbase, and then you bought drugs anywhere in the world, Coinbase might be selling that data to the DEA. But zoom in, pay attention, it's not your private data, and this is very important. It's not your private data, this is only data that's publicly available. They say, in a direct quote, "This tool only offers them streamlined access to publicly available data, and at no point do they have access to any Coinbase internal or customer data," the company said. Coinbase also stressed that Coinbase Analytics data does not include any personal identifiable information for anyone, regardless of whether they use Coinbase or not. Interesting. I'm not really sure where the line is there. Coinbase is, you do get KYC'd if you use Coinbase, and I'm not sure what they consider your personal info or public info, but we'll see. Thank God we found these public records. Some people were shocked by this. If you have an alternate exchange that you like better, comment down below. If not Coinbase, what do you like as a Bitcoin exchange? Now, in my opinion, Coinbase doing this sort of thing was never really out of the question, because legally, they are registered like a bank. They have all the licenses that a bank would have, and as the number one exchange in the U.S., seems inevitable that they would do this to me. Seems like if you're a U.S. exchange, eventually the government probably will make you do this. To me, what I look down on Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, for more, what I blame him for more is in a tweet response to J.K. Rowling, which turned out to be a fake J.K. Rowling. Brian Armstrong didn't catch that. But she said, okay, you guys win. I just bought my first Bitcoin. CEO of Coinbase responded, "Welcome to crypto. Grab a Coinbase account when you're ready to use that Bitcoin, not just hold it, and get into any of the many other cryptos out there." That's weird to me because hodling Bitcoin is its primary use case as digital gold, having someplace to store your value. That is using it. He wants newbies to speculate on random other altcoins. It just seems dangerous. I don't know, you tell me. What do you think? Next piece of news. I want to play you this video. As you may or may not remember, 145 addresses that Craig Wright claimed he owns signed a transaction last week saying Craig Wright is a fraud, proving that he has been lying in his testimony, claiming that he is Satoshi. But an interviewer asked him about this. Listen to this and just watch how he escapes the interview at the very end. Watch this.
A message was signed that says that you're a fraud. Like, how can you explain that? Like, if you can say there's no
message,
way to change.
No message was signed. You can't have a digital signature that is anonymous by definition. Sorry, so no signature. You can run a digital signature algorithm. It's not signing a message.
So, like, whatever message people were talking about last week or two, that's signed anonymously? I guess I don't understand enough about it.
You can't sign anonymous. You have to have either an identity attribute or an identity to sign a message. Someone can't go and say, "Hey, I've got a key, I'm signing." But if you think that, then you don't understand digital signatures at all.
So you're saying that, like, somebody's saying Craig Wright is a fraud and this is a message everyone's supposed to take as truth? You're saying that was, like, not signed? I really feel like a layman right now, actually.
No, it wasn't signed, because that was Antonopoulos' Dread Pirate Roberts defense that got kicked out of Silk Road prosecution, saying someone you have to sign, you have to register a key, and that has to be protected. And I'm going to have to end because I'm actually over, and I've got another meeting that is right now.
Okay, so just to recap, his response was no message was signed. What? Well, I mean, 145 addresses were signed. They all signed Craig is a fraud, but he's saying no, wasn't. And then, I gotta go. The old cell phone trick. Outrageous. Okay, before we get to basic attention token, before we get to Chainlink, Tezos news. Introducing Tezos domains. So maybe we'll see an altcoindaily.tezos or a donaldtrump.tezos. They're talking about it. They're planning on implementing it. Previously, they have published the following articles discussing ideas and design choices that we felt needed to be explored for a successful name service on Tezos. Here are the past articles talking about, hey, how would we do this? This is what we should do. Now we offer our first proposal for smart contract design, and we give reasons for some of the design decisions. So another piece of the puzzle for Tezos domains, this is directly on their site, their website, and to give you a piece, they're doing auctions. They're going to auction off the domains, and they're not just doing first in, first serve registration. Well, why auctions and not just first in, first serve registration? FIFS registration would certainly be easier to implement, right? They wouldn't have to do anything, just first come, first serve. But the service would risk land rush at launch or at expiration times. So expect a little auction if you want your name, and they do intend to use FIFS model for domains that had no buyers previously. So this is just on their roadmap, part of the game plan. As I get more info, I'll keep you updated. But that's Tezos. Chainlink. Chainlink was the month of May's third highest developing ERC20 project. So if you're wondering which altcoins are making the most progress out of the ERC20s, here's what May's busiest ERC20 dApps have been working on. Each month we shine a spotlight on 10 ERC20 projects with the highest recorded developer activity in the past 30 days. So who took the number one spot? Gnosis, with their GNO token. Well, what have they been working on? We've had our heads down working on prediction markets, decentralized exchanges, and wallet product lines with exciting launch news coming in June. So wallets, DEXs, they took the number one spot. Number two was Status, which is aiming to tackle the market of private, secure communications. And of course, Chainlink. Chainlink comes in number three for most ERC20 developer activity for May. In a direct quote from Chainlink, "We're thrilled to announce Chainlink VRF," which is what? Which utilizes variable random functions to generate randomness that is verifiable on-chain. Well, how does that affect you? As a Chainlink holder, what does the VRF, Chainlink VRF, how does it affect you? We see many great smart contracts benefiting from Chainlink VRF, specifically those that would like to provide proof that they are indeed using a tamper-proof source of randomness beyond their control. Interesting. So what kind of dApps and smart contracts would developers want to integrate this with? Well, Chainlink VRF helps enable and accelerate the development of smart contracts focused on blockchain gaming, security, and layer 2 protocols and various other use cases. Developers can easily integrate Chainlink VRF to utilize variable randomness in their smart contracts. Okay, Chainlink, making moves. I will keep you updated on June's busiest ERC20 dApps when we get that data. Next piece of news for basic attention token. Their platform, their private browser, Brave, is the number 2 ranked free app in Japan. Check this out. This is what the people of Japan care about. Let's zoom in on this picture. These are the apps that people are downloading. Number 1, Zoom. Number 2, Brave browser. And for those of you that watched our Joe Rogan video that we posted the other day, Joe Rogan multiple times mentioning cryptocurrency and Brave browser. You know, for those people that have Brave browser, you are now just one step away from being able to buy Bitcoin. It's small,